Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm still setting up. I need like a few seconds. I ran out of cough drops. I had to find my cup. Now I'm wiping my feet. Yeah, but welcome back everyone. Today we're doing PGR story again. Yeah, so yesterday we did gotcha planning for Project Sekai. But the day before on my anniversary, I monologued for like an hour and a half. And then we did a little bit of PGR story. I think we did only 3 scenes of Cinder Burns, so that's what we're continuing with today. Let's see. Give me a few seconds. And we're in. I think we're in. I realized I didn't charge my controller either. But because we're not battling anything, I don't really need to either, so we're good. Oh, I missed the date again. I'm assuming it's right when this ends, but I think this ends on what day is today? 5. When is the 5th? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ends on a Monday, so back in the day, patches used to always be on a Wednesday, and then, or like Wednesday, Wednesday for me, but I think Thursday for everyone else. But I don't know if they're gonna continue this patch or not, but we'll see. So let me look it up real quick. It's probably on their Twitter, I'm assuming. Twitter, the Twitter, and Punishing Grey Raven. There's got to be an announcement here. 9th. Wait a second. Shimmering. Oh, we repost the video. That's not the one I'm looking for. 9/26. All right. Okay, so they have pushed it to basically Tuesday, so it's always earlier now. It's a little weird, but it is what it is. It's not, it's not too bad. It's just something that they never did before, so it's a little hard getting used to. Okay, let's see. I was like, we should burn our energy so we don't overflow, but we actually have plenty of room, and I actually think that doing the story may use up energy. Maybe. Yes, it does. Okay, so we're good here. All right, let me get this drink water and let's continue. So let me hear No.1's voice again. I feel like he's a brand new character which we've never met, so it's kind of hard getting used to. So I think it's a little higher than my normal voice. And then he always talks like he's talking on a radio. I don't know what's going on. But I have my cup again. Welcome back, cup. It's like I know before in the past I've always when doing PGR story I've always said, oh, I really need a cup. And every time I'm like, oh, I'll get a cup next time, I'll get a cup. But this time, no one talks like this the entire time, seemingly. I don't know why. But we're gonna try it with the cup the entire time. We still haven't figured out much. So, this is a story time. There are definitely spoilers involved. Which sucks for me and sucks for people as well. It sucks for my channel, but I'm gonna do it because that's what I want to do. I'm tired of I had some minor announcements during my anniversary, but that's how I'm gonna do things. I'm just gonna take things easy, and right now I want to do story, especially since Bianca is gonna be coming out in basically a week, so we have to finish the story before Bianca comes out. Definitely be very busy when that starts. So first we met him. I don't know what happened here already. There was some poetic stuff. It was like adult No.1 or adult question mark person, and then he was at the CPF with in chapter 17 here, not 16, 17. So during surviving Lusum and one of the refugee camps for one of the CPFs, he met us, technically us, the Shikikan. So, but then we exchanged words, and then at that time he kind of had memory loss, so he didn't remember anything. But we've already separated, and then here he goes back to kind of talking about his past. So it goes back to when he's young. He's working on Aslam. His mom is seemingly a prostitute. His dad left them or is dead. He has a auntie, not biologically related, I'm assuming, who's a really tough chick, and that's all we got. So it's pure sadness. His mom is super strict with him, but she's also, very she's trying to do her best. Seems like it. She's they're in very difficult circumstances. It's not like Project Sekai. You think about it, it's just it's very mundane life. They go into Sekai, but they're living first world country life as high school kids. It's very different from PGR. It's post-apocalyptic, the world's ending, everyone's fighting for survival. So that's one type of depression, but PGR is like pure depression. So that's where we are. No one's learning to read though, so his aunt kind of led him to this like record area with this book. So that's the backdrop here. So he's been reading a lot. I don't know exactly how that ties into it, but I think also when he was an adult and he kind of woke up without his memories, he also put on glasses in his bag and his so essentially he kind of put on his full outfit here. So you see he has a sling bag, he's got a walkie-talkie, he put on his glasses, and he has a rev blade, but we don't know how he got it, or he doesn't know either. So that's where we're at. Cinder Burns. I keep going from here, but I also notice that it's no longer possible. Usually they used to kind of guide you to the story there, but now you kind of just have to click here. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay, anyways, that's where we left off. So he was a kid. They're on the Aslam. I don't exactly know when the time is, but I think it's after the punishing outbreak. I think it's before it has to be before surviving Lusum, because he's still a child. So at some point he will let me turn on my controller. At some point he's gonna have to grow up. Okay, here we are. So this is our first combat stage. This is kind of like the one of the patches. I don't remember which one, but this one, basically we can't see the progress. Even with the scenes, only with the combat stages. So I can't actually gauge how long the story is. I think last time we were able to pretty accurately gauge that there were like 22 chapters or something. But they do vary in length, but here we are, Cinder Burns. All right, let me double check everything real quick, and then I think we're good. Okay, muscle memory. So I don't know why he's old again, unless they're gonna jump back to the future. Oh, yeah, it is. All right, so he's no longer reminiscing about when he was a child. This is back in the refugee camp where he lost his memories, and apparently this is the only memory he has so far. Okay. Realizing that none of this is purely coincidental, the young man spends a good 10 minutes trying to find out if Lillian saw anyone when she picked up the toy. Oh yes, we met Lillian at the end too. Lillian was this young girl construct. She's kind of I think she's like a medic there, or like a support construct. And they're trying to move him somewhere, I think. Last time she had a toy, she had a firefly. That's why I remember. Yeah, I feel like my memory's not like super great off the bat, but when I get some triggers, then I can kind of remember. So she had a toy firefly, and that's what they're on about right now.
Look, I've said this already. It was just out there, and it belonged to one of the kids around. I was gonna fix it and just leave it here, but you can totally have it if you think it's yours.
She's a very young girl construct. I don't know what's going on. I don't, thinking about it, people always joke about Luna. They're like, FBI, open up. But compared to Lillian, Luna is like a grandma.
But for what it's worth, don't you think you're a little too old for a toy like this?
I don't know. It's probably just something that I kept around as a reminder of my dreams as a child.
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing this cup thing, but he always sounds like that in the combat scene. So that's the only thing I have to go on. So I'm gonna go with it. I hope we figure it out soon. Unable to get to the bottom of his question, the young man resorts to writing down a message on the piece of paper he got the night before. The driver in the transport vehicle out there is honking impatiently by the time he finishes folding up the paper and leaves it with one of the constructs guarding the base. At least I'm making headway here, he tells himself. And it's true, he's made headway. Oh, that's right. And then Vonnegut like suddenly kind of invaded his memories at some point. It was almost like he was talking to him, more like communicating with him instead of a memory. But Vonnegut only said like one line, and then that was it. But just exactly who is that person he can't remember the face of? And who's that boy that pops up in his mind with a melody? Where are his mother and Rachel now? Could they just be waiting for me somewhere as I wander across the world, a lost soul? Oh, he's still young man A right now. He has no name. Even though we kind of got spoiled a little bit.
No, I can't stop just yet.
I will never be able to get to the bottom of these if I don't get my memory back. Calming himself down, the young man shifts his focus back to the conversation the constructs are having.
Where is Chief Commandant?
I think that's us, maybe? Great. Let me think. I always have a specific order for voices. So I might mess up a little bit.
Grey Raven left in the middle of the night because they got a bit of a situation going on.
What happened?
Not sure, but apparently some of the guys guarding the place defected, and God only knows where they went.
Alright. All these disasters over the few past months are pretty disconcerting. Say, do you think they're hanging out with the Ascendants now?
Ascendants? No way.
Yes way. Who wouldn't want to be immune to the virus, right? I mean, not everyone can be, but better giving it a try than waiting around. Ooh, traitors. Oh, come on, you're talking out of your ass. I'm not. See, people have been talking about this. They think there is no end to all this fighting, so they'd rather keep their options open. For example, by joining the ranks of the Ascendants. Let's see if they get lucky.
And that's why the higher-ups decided to send the purifying force out, right?
Man, best we drop this topic now and do what we're supposed to do. Their sighs fade into the lasting silence that shrouds the car, until one of them decides he's had enough and starts talking about Lillian, who sits in the corner. I need number 5.
What's wrong?
What's wrong, long-faced Lillian?
I lost touch with Talbot from the squad, and I haven't been able to get a hold of him yet.
What? You should have brought this up earlier.
Well, he was still on the line until just now.
She looks really spacey, like she's kind of looking, it's like distracted and looking out into this in the distance.
You gotta keep an eye out for the guy. He kind of lost it after what happened to Anna. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if he decides to defect somewhere down the road. Oh.
So they're like traveling to like a different medical facility or something, I think. A few minutes later, the transport vehicle stops at a fork. All the constructs get off. The young man and Lillian head toward Medical Center 09 together as they chat about what's been happening lately, until her device starts ringing.
Beep, 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 beep.
Talbot. Okay, this guy has a name. Is more important. Lillian, are you in the meds? No, I can't do that. Let's see. I'll give him voice number 2.
Lillian, are you in the med zone now?
Bird come.
Help! I'm almost there. What's going on?
I'm surrounded by a bunch of corrupted. I need help.
Oh no, he's a goner.
Wait, I thought you were supposed to be there to help people.
The bird cub.
Shut up, Blush.
Oh, it has a name.
Blush?
Help! Bush is calling for help.
This thing is a cub based on a weiro, which is why we call it Blush.
What's a weiro?
I mean, it's lost its color so much that you can't really tell what. Wait, why am I telling you all this now? I just set our coordinates your way. Just come and help us now.
Please.
Oh,
Hey, John.
The young man almost chokes when Lillian calls him that, but still manages to keep a straight face.
Heard it all. Let's go and help.
Oh, right. Thank you. Let's go.
I mean, I feel like, well, we're combat now.
You should not be far ahead.
Basic attack. Is this like a tutorial? Let's see.
I've got to finish it up here and hurry to the rescue.
Oh, we have no orbs yet. It's just auto attacks.
I can use these two weapons. Is this a muscle memory? Does that mean I used to fight like this?
Oh, this is hard. I have to hold my controller, okay? Oh, wait, where are we going? This way. Oh, top of it. For a second, I thought I was playing Honkai Star. I was pressing right button to sprint, but no. It's PGR. Everyone's really slow unless you're near team or something. Ha, red ping. This is totally like a tutorial type stage. Talbot. Left. And then, wait a second. How do I do this? Oh, there you go.
oh, thank you. We have more entry coming.
Oh, I know. Leave it to me. Oh, how could this be? Only one survived. The others are... Ah!
Lillian, what's wrong?
Oh no!
I've got to help her. Can you handle it here?
No problem. Go.
Oh, here. I'm just talking to myself. Boom.
Oh, John.
Oh, I missed it.
I'll be right there.
Signature move. Oh, it worked. Okay, I think that's it. It seems like a piece of memory buried deep inside his body. He's no stranger to the structurally unconventional rev blade and the relatively simple stiletto. The clouded street, the clanking of metal, and the gunpowder that shoots straight up the nose. This is it. I remember everything now. That was fast.
Fought a whole lot. I was part of the cargo crew. I was the captain of Crew 08.
Oh, we're going back in time. Maybe not.
When it comes to ACA, people think about all the different classes of cars on Aslan.
I don't know what the ACA is. I'm thinking, I guess it's the Aslam Association or something.
The class that occupies the greatest area isn't the upper level, to which the noble carriage, the functional car, and the guest car belong.
The class that occupies the greatest area isn't the upper level.
But rather the lower level, to which the cargo carriage, the commoner carriage, and the industrial carriage belong.
Okay, that makes sense. The commoner carriage is a congregation of regular people with skills. They make up the logistics crew, the maintenance crew, the cargo crew, and the Bumblebee, something unique to ACA. Before the Bumblebee saw an expansion in its number of members, the majority living on the lower level of Aslan belonged to cargo crew. Okay. Because of the punishing virus, however, machines are no longer omnipotent, and the streets now abound with corrupted, robbers, and ruins. To keep the circulation of items and mail alive, and to help resume trading in the world on the verge of destruction, ACA formed a logistics network with the cargo crew, along with sheer hard work and some homespun transport vehicles. They recycle resources produced by the reservation area, bases, and some rebuilt factories, and occasionally either sell them to other places or have the Bumblebee process them again, and then sell the final products. To many, the cargo crew is a sign of hope. because they come with much needed supplies and take away with them what isn't needed. They help homeless merchants keep their heads above the water, and many times they've come to rescue when people were in dire situations. Most importantly, they brought a ridiculous amount of wealth to the aristocrats living on the upper level. The job is dangerous, and one might often face either robbers or the corrupted, and that's when they might lose their goods or their life. Still, the job was a dream job to many homeless scavengers, until what happened back then, that is.
Was?
Something doesn't seem right, and it rolls around in his mind like a glass ball. At some point, people stop seeing the job as a dream job, but as a symbol of slavery and sucking up, rather.
What happened back then? That's why Rachel said she was gonna strike the aristocrats with a revolution for those living on the lower level. Did she manage to pull it off though?
The boy tries to recall what happened, only to realize that his memory takes him no further. Man, I thought he just said he remembered everything. Okay, that is our first combat level out of 8. So there's 7 more, and it will probably register as, yeah, exactly 1/8. So we don't know exactly how long the story is going to be. We could be more than 1/8 done, or we could be far less. But you know, the trend recently has been that there's roughly 4 hours of story in the entire patch. So, you know, we did about 1.5 hours last time, maybe a little bit less. So maybe there's probably no chance we can finish today. So there'll probably be at least one more stream, unless it's very exceptionally short, even shorter than Arc Beyond. I think New Divide was slightly longer, not too much, but like a little bit. But like Arc Beyond was like literally very clean cut, just 4 hours. That's it. All right, still early. We're feeling good. Let's keep going. Here's another plane scene. Pandora box. That thing is more than a Ponzi scheme. There's gambling, and it can really eat you and your family up whole. All right, looks like we're back to the past again. No, back in the present. The 3 rush toward the medical center 09 with the only survivor.
What happened? Who's this?
Oh, that's Constructor 1.
What happened? Who's this? I came about a squad that's been assaulted, and most of them were dead by the time I got here.
The guy with the bird. Having heard the noise here, some of the refugees gather around.
Let me help. I appreciate your sense of humor, but you should probably just stay out of this.
Out of the way. She was a technician in the reservation area before coming to the med zone.
She was 100 times better than you, Talbot. Talbot?
Boy, I'm sure I'm not even half as good. Let's get to work already. How's she doing? Is there anything wrong with her mind?
She's got damage all over her body. Some of them seem odd, and I'm still working on figuring out the others.
Right. Let me take care of this part, and you can handle the rest of it.
Okay.
Lillian turns around and pulls over a medical cart and begins working away with this technician who hasn't made her name known.
What's with that face? Didn't think this place would be so different, eh? Talbot. I never saw this coming. Look at all these new faces we have. We're definitely bigger but more organized as a group now.
A lot of them came out with the train collapse, and we decided to assign them all to different bases because God only knew how long it would take for the train to work again.
The train?
Talbot fell silent at the mention of the train. It all happened out of the blue. We ended up with a whole bunch of injured people while short on supplies. It was a total mess. Most of the humans have recovered already and are sharing the workload. The whole situation hasn't really gotten better since, but we've been coping just fine by helping each other out. What are you all doing here, by the way?
It's our turn to guard the place.
Oh, where's the guy that came with you? Talbot looks over at the young man, who's now talking with one of the medics in the med zone. Busy changing wound dressings for a little boy, the man doesn't notice what people are saying about it. Is he your new captain, or just a new member? Doesn't seem like he's having any trouble hanging out with humans.
I don't know who he is, only just met him. On our way here, Lillian said he doesn't even remember his own name because of memory loss.
Thought you guys finally found someone to be your new cap.
Yeah. The higher-ups ain't got no time to make us a new team now. Just make do with whoever they can find.
Saying no more, Talbot keeps himself busy wiping his weapon.
Totes feel you. I mean, it's been a while since the incident at Puglia Forest Park Ruins.
So Puglia Forest Park Ruins is Evernight Beat, I think. So it's been a while since the outbreak. The Red Tide and the Twins have activated.
And the higher-ups are still having a hard time dealing with things efficiently. Right, and that's because they're taking in way too many refugees, and putting them all back on track hasn't been easy. Things are getting better though. Traffic between the sky and the ground has resumed partially, and we've seen supplies and weapons replenished. Alright, done with the basic checkups and treatment here. Her mind is still a mess, and it's a miracle that she's conscious at all.
What's your name?
Oh, new characters. So many new characters. And they all have, models as opposed to like generic ones. Let me read that one more time. She's probably going to be important. Okay, don't know. Her mind's a mess. Oh my god, I need another voice, but I can't.
Which squad were you on before?
My squad, they're all...
Unable to even string her words into a proper sentence, the girl starts crying.
Let's save that question for later. Her mind isn't exactly stable yet, and we don't have a commandant here. Let's leave her to rest for now. Next person in line?
Coming.
The young man puts down the medical instrument he was holding, then walks up toward the medical table and sits down beside the girl.
Construct 2, Man, all these people with unstable mind these days. Dude, just try to imagine seeing the damage seeing your teammates cut into pieces can do to your mind.
Boy, I'm damn sure we're gonna end up with just a few more defectors if things keep up the way they do. We have no updates on the Omega weapon so far.
Okay, so no updates on the Omega weapon means this is ending of surviving Luzum. That kind of makes sense since that's kind of after we left the refugee camp.
We have no updates on the Omega weapon so far, and I don't see why we need to keep being hopeful about it.
Are you saying that defecting's any better? Where are we supposed to go? Where is safe even? We turned to Ascendance, of course.
Everyone's going crazy.
Oh, come on.
Come on what? The Parliament has already taken in Transcendence, like Kamu. Things would be a lot easier if someone could just become an Ascendant and reign uncorrupted.
Which one was 3?
I know what you mean, but none of those defectors can come back here to help us.
What if it's because they couldn't? Intel says only a handful of them passed that filtering, right? But those that did could have come back here to help us, right?
Ascendants can only be our enemies.
That's just how you see it, though. If I were an Ascendant, I'd have the freedom to use it however I pleased. I know we aren't out of harm's way yet, and I probably don't have a second choice, but I'm willing to take whatever comes my way, so long as I can do something to fix this disaster. Why do you sound like you already have a plan? I knew it. Come on, just drop that already. One thing you become is a corrupted if you go, and we'd have no choice but to get rid of you. What if I don't become a corrupted, though?
Elder Refugee.
Okay, what makes you think you'd be one of the few lucky ones, kid? I have no idea what these Ascendants you're talking to are capable of, but punishing has been around for years already.
Years. Ooh, timeline. So, I feel like people kind of put together the timeline here and there, but I don't feel like there's like a very strict timeline. Like, there's no dates and years, I think.
Been around for years already, and we have seen a savior by now already if that idea were meant to work. You need to take it slowly, son. That's just how things work.
You think you know me?
Talbot throws a punch at the wall, drawing people's attention. Then, silence ensues.
Take it slow, huh? Someone dies every second that passes, and you're telling me to take it slow?
Oh, come on, Talbot.
What has taking it slow done for us? What have we stopped? The corrupted did drop in number, but now we have hetero creatures and the Red Tide to deal with. There's no end to getting rid of the punishing. People are dying. We can't do a damn thing about it.
Well, Talbot, Master, she died. Master died.
Oh, that's the bird, right?
Had I known the train was gonna collapse, I would have done everything I could to stop Anna and the elite squad from escorting the Forsaken. But I didn't. I failed at protecting her.
Wait, what train?
Talbot, enough with all that nonsense. We could have sent you down with the purifying force for saying all that you just said. And the old man didn't mean ill, he's right. We'd have seen a savior already if being gifted is the only thing you need to pass the filter. Being an ascendant isn't the way out, and there's only so much a transcendent can do. We need to figure out a different way to save more people. Everyone is just a number except Talbot. He's got to be important. Now, apologize to the man and empty your mind of that childish thought at once. If this ever happens again, I have no choice but to call the purifying force on you.
Why you little?
I'm sorry. Saying not another word, Talbot walks away with all eyes on him.
Hey, Talbot.
Lillian rushes after Talbot.
Where are you going?
The man was about to go after them when the technician holds him back down.
Nuh-uh. We aren't done with your checkups yet.
Let's go.
Already on it. Talbot.
I don't know what the girl is. You know, she's had a very small role despite having such a nice model. And Talbot, you know, has a basic construct model and, you know, the other refugee.
Don't be sad. They've been going on and on about these days and haven't worked out a single plan. It's the same old thing as it was years ago.
Hey, Cormore. Welcome back. Yeah, everyone's very hyped for Bianca. It's I think it's like exactly a week away now. Maybe 8 days actually. But yeah, everyone's really excited.
They show you an incentive you can't possibly refuse and make us believe that everyone will get a cut of it if we all work a bit. Wow, they're in fact just sending us straight to the slaughterhouse.
Who are they talking about? Oh yeah. So yeah, everyone's kind of given into despair. Refugee B.
Huh, that sounds like a Ponzi scheme. You're talking about blessing boxes, right?
Blessing boxes?
Hey, mind you.
Oh wait, which one's refugee one?
Mind you, the thing is more than a Ponzi scheme. There's gambling, and it can really eat you and your whole family whole. And eat you and your family up whole.
Oh, the aristocrats make them sell those things, right? I heard that. That's Ashlar's idea. But how does that have anything to do with all these descendants they were talking about?
Nothing. But they're the same in principle. They can both eat you up.
So Ashlar is someone that Rachel mentioned in the previous chapter, I think. And no one's side story, 25 story notes. Damn, I'm not gonna finish in time then. I've been slandering PGR by saying that the story for the last 3 patches, maybe even 4, were so short, and then now this one's 25 story notes. That's a lot.
The lucky one becomes the aristocrat's dog, and the other 9,999 all get eaten up whole.
The aristocrats?
Constructs don't need to leave it to the hand of luck to draw tickets at least. Yeah, and that's because they need to do that at the cost of possibly losing their lives.
Do we stand a chance to win then?
Not if things don't change. It's just like how things were back then, right? They all just fought and died. Period.
Oh, the train. Right, I remember it now.
Listening to the people's discussion, the young man closes his eyes as memories flood over him.
The blessing box. It's one of the things that caused the lower level to rot. I probably heard about blessing box for the first time before I was 9. But when was it exactly? It's been so long. I remember it now.
Back then, conflicts between the upper and lower levels were mostly personal. The lower level wasn't as crowded, and the guards from the upper level were pretty well mannered. Mom said ACA had been on the verge of chaos, but never truly crossed the line.
Hey, this is your workspace for today. Everything here is organized, and you'll all be paid for the amount of work you do. Thank you all so much.
The guard walks into a cargo car with a dozen of selected ones. In there, they see piles of goods and some recycled paper boxes. Let's see. Lower class citizen.
Alright. Blessing boxes again. Gotta love easy jobs like this.
Right. Since the job's relatively easy and the pay is calculated based on how much work you do, boss wanted us to get a few kids with too much time on their hands to do these things for extra earning.
Of course, and we'd be happy to bring some old hands here too. They don't have another source of income other than those easy tasks from the logistics crew anyway.
Oh, copy that. Sound like a plan of action. I'll tell boss about that.
With a nod, the guard turns around and leaves. It's I was gonna say Noah. I guess that's the only thing we know him as right now. You know, other than spoilers.
Do we only need to stuff the thing from the bigger box? Wait, do we only need to stuff the things from the bigger box into these blessing boxes? Yes, you need to fold up these recycle boxes, wipe off any filthy traces on them, stuff the things from the chest into the boxes, and then seal them up. And keep in mind that you're only supposed to stuff one of each item into a single box.
So they're like making gacha capsules or something. At first I thought it was some kind of drug. But they're just stuffing weird items here into boxes. So it literally is like a mystery gacha box.
Right, thank you. Didn't think I'd see a kid this age here.
Oh, we're totally fine with it. This job is easy enough, and it wouldn't hurt to have some extra earnings.
With the paper box in his hands, the boy looks into the bigger box with all sorts of things. The bigger box holds a lot of simple parts, loose medications, and old everyday products. So it literally is like a gacha box, but like kind of random junk. Those things are as good as useless, but other than that, there is a deck of shiny cards sitting neatly in a metal box with a tantalizing shine.
Sir, what are these cards?
They're blessing cards.
Blessing cards?
Yes, there are only so many of them, but you need to be really lucky to have one in the blessing box you buy.
And if you do get one in the lot box you buy, you get to board the train with a card and live with everyone.
Oh.
Why do you need a blessing card to live with everyone, though?
Son, consider yourself lucky for being a native on the train. You've no idea what's going on out there.
But I do. Mom told me about what's going on out there, but I still don't know why you need a blessing card to board the train.
Because we only have so many seats on the train, and they need tickets to board. Have you heard about these tickets?
He nods earnestly.
There aren't many livable places out there. See, if you go to places like refugee bases, med zones, or reservation areas, you see that they only take in skilled workers that are young enough. And even if they're nice enough to take you in, they won't be able to support you around for long because, with all sorts of things in short supply, no one wants to keep someone around that can't help with anything. Which is why the safer the place you go to, the more they want to make sure you're really skilled. And you get to stay there if you pass the screening. But the problem is that there are a bunch of people who either failed or have no family members who pass the screening. And it's not necessarily the case that they aren't capable of anything. Wherever they went to was probably just a bad fit for them, and it's much too risky for them to travel far away from the home for job hunting.
And so they want to hop on a train and go somewhere else?
Exactly. And the train never stops hiring. You'd have to pass the screening though, of course. Be it the cargo crew, maintenance crew, logistics crew, or the guards, or the service staff up there. They only want people with the right skills and physical condition.
What happens if someone just can't pass a single screening?
Then physical work it is, and they're actually short on hands these days. Most physical jobs are one-shot deals though, which is why people don't keep workers around to meet these ad hoc needs. If someone's lucky enough to get one of these tickets, we stuff into one of the boxes. They can hop on board and either go live somewhere safe without having to go through the screening, or form a nomadic squad with others and do their part to help. And the upper level stands to gain part of the supplies, while the lower level gets a few extra hands that can go and help people out. The elder folks and kids would then be able to come and help with making blessing boxes, which makes it possible for everyone to get supplies. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Okay. So tickets in, then they can go on the train. Otherwise, the upper level stands to gain part of the supplies, while the lower level gains extra few hands that can go and help people around. Elder folks and kids help to make the boxes. Okay. I like how that sounds.
They're all happy and excited about the future. After that day, with the blessing box gaining traction, the lower level starts growing crowded. You're now seeing an influx of people who fail to pass screenings at other places, and most of the skills they possess do not align with the skills they need to work on the train. To To help these people stay above water, the aristocrats form a bumblebee squad that takes in everyone without a stable job. Bumblebee does all sorts of outsourced work, be it rebuilding reservation areas, helping with farming, removing ruins from the road that stand in the cargo crew's way, or working as ad hoc mercenaries. Most of these people, however, either stay behind in the industrial carriage or head down to all the factories to do simple odd jobs in place of machines that don't work anymore. Things have so far turned out the way everyone had expected them to. Except, these simple odd jobs quickly get out of hand. Without a proper screening process that filters out those who just aren't meant to be here, the Bumblebee now has quite a few members that are less than cooperative.
Yo, I got humiliated good at the reservation area I was at yesterday. Huh? Because of Bumblebee? Yeah, damn straight. That guy was helping him on the farm with us at the base, and dude was rolling around on the ground whining about how tired he was after getting his pay. Huh, ain't no surprise. A winner would never think about buying a blessing box. You know what I'm talking about? You'd only buy a blessing box if you're too young, in which case you were born having no school to go to, where you'd have been able to pick up a skill. Or you're too old, in which case you spent the prime of your life either doing some creative job, performances, or game designing, except these are all things that could have only kept you alive back in peaceful times.
Sorry, I need some water.
I had full respect for all sorts of occupations, and I came across a bunch of these people working different lines of work before going to the reservation area. I'm talking about those that haven't found themselves a job and are still refusing to be scavengers. Dude, it's a miracle that these people haven't caused any big scene at all doing physical work. Totes normal that some of them are cracked doing it. Oh, did you just say it's normal? Well, logically speaking, yes, but I'm talking about whether they're good fits for the job. See, it's no different than throwing dirt on the ACA's reputation. And guess what? The cargo crew is getting dragged through the mud because of all of these. When people are from reservation areas know we're from ACA now, they just assume we're all a bunch of jerks without bothering to check our affiliation.
Okay, so now that they have these new people working, it seems like things are just going south.
Gotta put up with that, and we need to give them credit for even getting out of there. To work at all, they're definitely faring a lot better than those good-for-nothings that stay behind in the car and steal people's bread from under the pillow.
Cargo crew member 3.
They're a hopelessly useless bunch, and those bases got some real nerve hiding those bumblebees. The dirty work has to be done, but there ain't any dirty work around to be done every single day. Keeping those idle bumblebees around all the time is only more trouble, which is why it makes sense to carry them around and put those hands where they're needed as the train goes. But the upper level is supposed to be responsible for those bumblebees. We're losing spaces to live in down here, and all these new people coming in. We've never seen any supplies we've earned making blessing boxes. They got some real nerve asking us to make more.
Hearing this, the boy puts down the box he was folding.
Let's carry on. We're gonna get our wage cut if we don't finish these today.
But Hill, this box.
Stop complaining. The higher up said there won't be as many tickets to go around after this batch of blessing boxes is all sold, which means you'll be seeing fewer newcomers and better living conditions then. Yeah, like we're totes gonna buy into that. You think I enjoy dealing with this? Stop.
Let me see, is my sensor on?
Treating us like those bumblebees nannies.
I don't know. It doesn't want to work well with it. I have this app open though. I have to like tap out.
The aristocrats always make sure I feel their rage when the logistics crew from the lower level has their plate full and things go south. I'm so freaking fed up. Maybe you want to tell them aristocrats to stop being so greedy then?
Sassing the guard, he turns around and walks into the crowd. Bumblebee member number 1.
What you all looking at? No work, no pay. That's right.
This workload's insane though.
Dude, what do you have to complain about making boxes? Consider yourself lucky that you're earning easy money. Or perhaps you want to try living as a mercenary and enjoy staring death in the eye every single day.
Bumblebee member number 1.
Stop looking at them. Let's just finish it.
Who's Hill? They have a name, and they just use this kind of like the old model.
All right.
Arguments, hard feelings from work, and pent-up stress. Resentment is quietly brewing up among the people, and the boy can just feel that. The resentment has grown so much by the time the boy has turned 11, sparing not even the dining car on the lower level that used to be the safe haven of slackers. To help pacify their own worried souls, the adults give away half of what little food they have in exchange for homemade alcohol and cigarettes. The kids, on the other hand, have no choice but to eat with the car, reeking of alcohol and smoke.
Beanless soup.
Wait,
Beanly soup again. Oh, I hate it. What are you holding in your hand?
Same thing, but my mom gave me a candy.
I want one too.
on the verge of tears and sniffing a few times, the girl looks at the boy, and then at another man beside her.
Mike.
Who's Mike?
Mike.
Oh, this guy, Mike. Oh, ain't nothing you can do about it, young lady. His mother's rich with all the dirty moolah she makes. And that candy is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yo, easy with that, buddy. Julie ain't doing anything shady.
I ain't doing anything shady, huh? Do you know even how much money she gives those guards under the table? And he gets how her son lands himself a place with that bunch that makes blessing boxes and goes there all the time.
What do you mean all the time? I've only been there 3 times over the past few years.
The boy puts the candy before the girl.
And this candy is supposed to be my birthday gift.
Oh.
Oh, just take it. Pretty damn sure he's got a whole bunch of this sitting at home.
Really? Are you sure you want your niece to think it's okay to take things from people without thanking them?
Yeah.
With the air around them growing tense, the elder man sitting next to him eating starts looking on with a frown.
Where's Julie, by the way? She's not eating with you. Boy, she's got some real nerve leaving you out here on your own.
Bumblebee member 3. Have you heard about all the deaths this month? Hearing the buzz from the table next over, the elder man drops the topic and turns his gaze away. No, what happened? This girl from Carriage L had a cardiac arrest and died from low blood sugar. Low blood sugar? That just means she died from hunger, no? And these two were killed by fallen walls when they were at a deserted park helping with reconstruction. They paid compensation? They did, but one of them had no family, so the guards took all the money. The other had his money taken away too because he only had a kid. The guard that took the money away promised he'd pay the child. God only knows how much every month.
Friggin' scumbags. They know they can't do whatever the hell they please because there won't be any legal consequences. Can't help but think they're purpose behind some of these. I mean, they probably want as many people dead as possible so they can get all the money, right?
If that scares you, you should just be like them and bring those guards a little something something. They won't send you to one of those dangerous hellholes if you're in their good books. Stealing a glance at what the cargo crew is eating next table over, the bumblebees' faces grow menacing. For sake, why does their food look so nice? I'm sorry, I can't keep track of so many, faceless voices and nameless voices too.
Oh, you should have seen what they had first when I got on the train then. It was much better than this.
And they told us we'd be getting their... I think this is the boring guy. And they told us we'd be getting their kind of food and accommodation when we get on the train.
Bunch of lousy liars. I swear I'm gonna strangle every last of them.
Excuse me, we aren't even the ones selling those blessing boxes. If you have anything to complain about, take it to the higher-ups.
Like how I'm gonna believe you didn't reap profit from it. Rachel, finally!
Guys, please.
Rachel looks after most of those living on the lower level, and be it the cargo crew or the bumblebee, no one talks back to her when she talks. She's their hero, the leader, and a staple source of resources. She might not always have what you need when you ask her, but come back to her in a few days and she'll have what you need. How exactly does she manage to get her hands on things when there isn't even enough to go around? This question has been on the boy's mind for the longest time. He tried to find out how she does it by bringing up the question to her, to which she only said, "I've got extra pay here."
Oh, we can't just let things be this way forever, Cap.
I know, but like I've said before, the higher-ups are gonna work with someone else if we refuse to do these blessing boxes.
and that won't help with our situation at all. We tried strikes and protests, but at the end of the day, the aristocrats own this train. We won't get a say as long as they're still alive.
What are we supposed to do then?
Trust me, guys. We'll put it all to an end in no time.
Ooh. Everyone here has their fair share of misfortune. Some may have shelled away what little resources they had to buy blessing boxes. Some have sold blessing boxes in exchange for shelter, while others make blessing boxes to secure supplies without having to put themselves in harm's way. Blessing boxes are like giant magnets that, as soon as people come in contact with them, suck people into an abyss from which there is no escape. Beyond the train lies nothing but barren land, and those who dare to venture out will find themselves embarking on a journey of endless roaming, looting, and scavenging. Who will they be able to hold accountable? And what are they supposed to do? Believe or not to believe? That is the question, one to which no one knows the answer, allowing the status quo to prevail until someone or a group of people explodes with bottled up rage. Okay. So 25 stories sounds like a lot, but that's gonna take a few days. But it is time for pre-rolls. Kind of need a break too. Yes, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna do pre-rolls real quick, and I'll get back after this break, and we will continue with the story. So how many? We only got 2 done today, so not a lot of progress, but hopefully it speeds up a little. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you, everyone.
All right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting, everyone. Let's get straight back to it. So, you know, he was we're jumping back and forth, you know, between his past and the present, which we kind of narrowed down. It's before the ending of Surviving Lucem, but you know, somewhere in the middle of Surviving Lucem. Definitely not the beginning and not the end. Somewhere in the middle. But now we're back to the past. He's back to being 11. Rachel's gonna start like a rebellion. You know, here's the poor people struggling in the lower decks of Aslam. Honestly, there was a what's that called? Snowpiercer TV show or something, or a series, I think, or maybe it was announced but never came out. I don't know if it did. I've only watched the movie, so I kind of know Aslam is kind of, you know, based on that kind of idea. So it's a little bit derivative, but you know, PGR usually takes the story, you know, at the base level it might seem a little bit derivative, but you know, they kind of usually take the story in a different direction. That's pretty impressive. Like I know at the very beginning, people used to compare PGR's story with Nier Automata, but it is completely different outside from the very basic similarities at the start. Okay, let's continue. Deaths of the innocent. Our path to the future is full of dead fire of life. Okay, we're not getting percentages for this either, so this story could go for a long time. Well, let's see. Does it show up here for events? No, it doesn't. So we have no idea. We just have no idea. Okay. Let's keep going. But you know, Gormore did say that there are 25 story nodes. So if it is, we're only a fifth of the way through. Let's keep going. And so on. Time goes, and by 2 years pass. By the time the boy has turned 13, the commoner carriage has grown so crowded it's unlivable. Bumblebee has taken in so many newcomers over the years that even with the outsourced work ACA has taken up, they still find work in short supply. The competition for work has never been so fierce, while their wages hit rock bottom again and again. People have grown numb and cruel about all the work-related deaths now, to the point that some of them find it unacceptable to poke fun at those who fall ill and are unable to work, labeling them as pretentious. Those who haven't yet lost their heart have tried all sorts of ways to escape this hellhole. Alright, 1 second. Some have managed to join principal crews through screenings, using their skills or power, while still, some pay their way up and secure positions as upper-level guards. The other guards don't think highly of those who pay their way up, yet there's nothing anyone can do with them, so long as they've got the right kind of connection. Other than these lucky ones, those who can't stand how crowded the lower level has become have all decided to quit the ACA. Still, there are countless people with nowhere to turn because they've run out of their resources for blessing boxes. Aside, I don't know, have we met this guy before? His face is covered. Chop and wake up. We're almost here. You don't want to... Sorry, I can't do that. You don't want them dickheads here to wake y'all up. He says y'all. He said y'all though. Maybe I should give him a southern accent. Chop and wake up, y'all. We're almost there. You don't want them dickheads here to wake y'all up. Assad likes to describe the guards as dickheads because he thinks their faces look especially punchable with their filter masks on. Same deal. We have 10 batches worth of blessing boxes to sell, and each batch has 5,000 boxes. We're gonna go through 10 places, and we'll call it a day whenever we're done. Cargo member Wayland.
Wait, 10 batches and 5,000 boxes each? That's 2 times the workload we did last time.
That's what the higher-ups said. Would love to help them, but can't really do anything about it.
And what are we getting in exchange for the boxes?
It's all because he said y'all.
Medicine, just like last time. Here, I pasted an exchange price list on the shipping container.
Cut us some slack already.
You just can't find people with that much medicine these days. Even if you can, why would they want blessing boxes in return any days?
Anyway, hold on, what's happening? So they're trading blessing boxes for what's that called? Medicine. So who's the sad again? Sad. Ooh. Little odd closure. Thank you for the raid. And welcome, raiders. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Let's see. We're still trying to figure out what's going on. We don't know. Let's keep going. But we managed to sell all the boxes last time, didn't we? See, you can always find greedy people, and even if they have no medicine to give, they can try asking around to see if people have it, right? Come on, just zip it and get to work. Because you're gonna get one of those dickheads coming at you if you don't. Oh, where's my sensor? There's a lot of random swearing. Oh, sorry. Beep.
Hell, these dickheads you're talking about were nothing but lousy bumblebees that made their way up buying blessing boxes. Those cocky bastards just can't wait to take their revenge now.
Favorite VTuber voice? I don't know. I don't know about that.
But what revenge? They're just here to supervise us. And that'd be politically correct. And that'd be the politically correct way to put it.
Cargo Captain Nino. So he's a new character too. He has an old model though, so he's not like super unique. Lousy bumblebees made blessing. Thank you for the follow, Triborda. Thank you and welcome. Welcome to the stream. I don't know, but thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Oh, I forgot to let's get this down. Yeah. Thank you again, Odd Closure, for the raid, and welcome, raiders. Well, how's your stream today? What were you streaming? I'm streaming PGR Story again. This is I think we did a little bit on Monday, I think. So we're trying to finish this before the new patch coming next week. Ha ha ha. With a cold face, Nino gives Waylon a slap.
Ain't funny at all.
Ever since a long time ago, the dickheads, which in fact are really guards from the upper level, have been patrolling the lower level. They maintain that they do so to ensure work efficiency, except the guards weren't as mean back then. A short Sakai stream and small update. I am still not good at the game. Finger sleeves help a lot, yeah. Amazing. Project Sakai, yeah, good job. They maintain that they do so to ensure work efficiency. Except the guards weren't as mean back then. The guards would come to check the items sold and recycled, but over the past few years, they suppressed people who try to complain with violence, leading to conflict on a regular basis. Rachel, however, hasn't done much to remedy the situation. She'd always say,
we really want to be more discreet going forward since the guys up here know we're up to something. Meeting them head on won't do us any good.
But you gotta do something about it. People are pissed with a capital P. Do you even see that look on those bastard faces when they come every day? And don't even get me started on how they messed with the rule. People were supposed to get paid for the amount of work they did, and that's the way things were. But then came them dickheads with their paid by assigned quota rule, and bam! It's either you meet your assigned quota or you go home empty-handed to mama.
So at first I was gonna give this guy like a Russian accent, but then the first line he said there was a y'all, so I was just like, oh, let's just go with Southern.
And now we all need to go home empty-handed if there was so much as one of us that fails to meet their quota. And environment-wise, this place pretty much looks like a hellhole now.
It's all as what Assad says. Every morning, they see a bunch of dickheads come down here with weapons and pick a few dozen people to work in the industrial carriage. Their compensation, 2 meals and a food voucher for 12 consecutive hours of work, is meager at best, but given the safe nature of the job, people would still kill for it. Once picked, you'll be heading down to the industrial carriage with 50 or so people under the dickhead supervision, where you'll find piles and piles of materials and parts waiting for you. To speed things up, The workers are each fed a single cup of instant energy soup. I thought I was gonna say instant ramen, but no, it's just instant energy soup twice a day for the 2 meals they're promised. It's kind of sad, but this is PGR. Everything is sad right now, so this is this is this is like different type of depression than like Mafuyu's depression. This is like end of the world, people fighting for their lives depression. And if they need to take care of their business, there's a squat toilet and rainwater purifier in the corner. Literally just 2 steps away. The air reeks of excrement with nothing covering the squat toilet. The rainwater purifier, on the other hand, gets hiccups all the time, to the point that the boy has seen people die from consuming water with an overly high level of punishing virus. Nonetheless, people still work non-stop for 12 hours in this car, reeking of sweat and excrement, all for that one single food voucher at the end of the grind. More often than not, however, they get IOUs from the logistics crew when they try to get food with the vouchers. Ooh. If you slack for even just a split second, one of the dickheads would start swinging his baton and machine gun at you. Let me find dickhead guard.
Get this, y'all be going home empty-handed if you fail to turn in before the cargo crew leaves.
The workers direct their anger and hate to whoever becomes a liability to the common good due to exhaustion. The elders and kids were encouraged to partake in making blessing boxes as a way for them to obtain resources, until the aristocrats twisted all around against the workers. I do think,
This whole policy is meant to be friendly to all. You need to leave the door open for those in need, right?
I do feel like, so far the story has been a little bit generic. It has a lot of stuff going on, but all of it's just, like, oh, it's sad, it's sad, it's sad. Nothing too melodramatic and nothing too personal either. So let's keep going then. This, we're all heroes or we're all zeros rule is totally against what you just said, though.
That's what the higher up said. Don't hate me. Ain't nothing I can do about it because I'm just doing what I'm told. Appreciate your understanding. The upper level's still hiring guards though. If the whole situation is grinding you the wrong way, consider giving that a shot and make a change. If you just ain't good enough, then you should probably work harder rather than hate on people better than you.
Dick Headguard,
anything is possible if you put in the hard work. Believe in yourself.
Like some kind of weird, propaganda.
Think of ways to help yourself succeed, because excuses ain't gonna help you get nowhere. C'est la vie, people. But life can't always go your way. You win some, you lose some. And when there's pain, there's gain. And roaches and food might just be your most valuable life coaches.
The guards now resort to showering the workers with pep talks when the workers feel anything less than satisfied. That's exactly what's going on. Some have given their all to get on the train, and in the face of the absurdity, they now pin their hate down on the cargo crew members who lauded the blessing boxes to the sky.
Wanna go from 0 to hero in a single shot? ACA wants you. Hell, why would I want to work my butt off the screening when I can just luck out and get a ticket?
The workers get hated on when the cargo crew members have what little chance they have taken away from them. I guess, I mean, it's a little sad. This whole situation is just sad. I mean, everyone's giving into despair. It's a horrible situation. So there's no, really talking or arguing about it. It's plain as day. No one's gonna say, "Oh, this is a wonderful situation. My life is better than this." I don't think anyone on Earth could say this. Very, very few people.
You think I had a choice? They told me to either do it or get lost. But where can I go exactly when I have a little brother to take care of?
A volcano threatening to explode at any moment is what you end up with when you put a whole bunch of exasperated people together.
But you really need to look past their anger and try to understand them. Not everyone can control themselves emotionally.
People have directed their hate at many different things, but things haven't changed for the better because these people are under the constraint of all sorts of factors.
You're free to go anywhere you want, folks. Ain't nobody asking you to stay here.
But where can they go when this is their only home? Chaotic and broken as it is, the world has turned too many into souls without a home. Oh, Waylon, I forgot Waylon's voice already.
Need their guts. I lost count of how many times I went, "Alright, roger that." I just wanted to rage quit.
Rage quit.
See, it always hits me when I start packing that there's nothing I can do other than be a cargo crew member. I ain't got no copolymer adaptability, and I can't get turned into a construct. Where the hell can I go?
Angry, panicky, anxious as they may be,
These people can't do anything about their plight they're caught up in. They want to know what changes they can bring, and they want to know what weapons they can hold to fight for their cause. Except all their attempts, big or small, have all come to no avail. Barely keeping their heads above water as they are, these people hate the upper level and just about everything else. But above all, they hate themselves for not being able to do anything to help themselves. And the boy is no exception. Yet Rachel nipped his hate in the bud right before he had had a chance to take root.
Don't hate them. ACA's hierarchy and all the rules in the punishing virus are what's wrong. These people aren't to blame. Times like this call for unity. We just need to shatter these.
Alright, folks. Huh? We're at the end of the tunnel. Let's give Rachel some more time. Let's put all the blessing boxes away into the bigger box. People fall silent as they make their way out of the small cage. They take turns wiping their faces with stinking towels and look for clothes they've left strewn around. Strewn? I don't actually know. I mean, I've actually found there's a lot of words that I read that I've actually never pronounced out loud before. I think it's strewn. Good thing we have Google these days. Even before when you had a dictionary, you would have to learn the pronunciation things, and I never really learned that.
Strewn.
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 Strewn. So I did get it right, but... And the clothes they've strewn around the place.
I've got your t-shirt fixed.
Thank you, Hill.
The boy picks up his t-shirt from the lady's hand, which is missing the middle finger and ring finger. Ooh, and helps her sit back down in her seat.
No, I should thank you instead. We all would have been in trouble if you hadn't helped us make all the boxes before.
Looking at her hands, Hill lets out a sigh. This is what happened to her when she escaped from the corrupted, and it's because of this mishap that she grew sensitive to blood and conflict.
I'm old and my days are numbered, but I can totally teach you how it's done if you were...
Right when Hill was about to say more, a melody comes out of the car's loudspeakers.
Sake, there we go again. I think they're really enjoying rubbing it in our faces.
Accompanied by the sound of a piano that's playing a piece based on a famous Golden Age classic. That now has lyrics. A woman's voice floods people's complaints.
Is this Ashlar?
I don't know who Ashlar is. I think they talked about it earlier. How in the world are we supposed to know? Those lousy aristocrats all sound the same. The lower level gets bombarded with music coming out of the loudspeakers like this every now and then. That's the aristocrats from the upper level enjoying a party, according to Assad, and believing that music brings hope and happiness to people. They've decided to share their performances live with the lower level. The boy can hardly imagine anyone feeling happy when they hear music like this, because it never fails to irritate the people on the lower level when they hear it. The upper and lower levels might be connected, and everyone on the train might be listening to the same song at this very moment, but they know just all too well that they'll never be the same. Give me a second. Crying out loud. Burial again. What exactly are they trying to do?
Let's just pretend that one of the aristocrats died.
Oh, let's hope that's indeed the case.
Hey, what took you so long?
Took some time to fill the higher-ups on the mission's progress.
Putting down the item list in her hand, Rachel turns around to face the angry crowd.
Folks, let's sing along because we're about to send them aristocrats away on a trip they'll never come back from.
Rachel sings along with the woman on the other side of the loudspeakers, with profanity barely in sync with the music. Rachel's singing starts to fire in people's hearts, filling the car with joyful vibes as they carry on with work and sing along to the hyped-up symphony. This salvation they speak of ain't nothing we can... Where's my hand? Can't even rest my hand. Dream up. Hang on with the aristocrats. Hang with the aristocrats some more and they'll screw you over forever more and more. This place ain't no paradise for 'em parasites. If the cargo crew ever puts on a strike, they'll all be going down whether or not they like. That's right, folks, that's right. They'll all
fucking going down whether or not they like. Actually rhymes. Song comes from the bottom of our hearts, where anger burns fierce and hot. We shall live on and on, for tomorrow will bring us the hope we want. We shall live on and on, for tomorrow will be another day when the sun shines on.
What are you doing?
The guard suddenly shows up at the head of the car and swings a punch that lands square in the boy's face.
Yeah.
Oh, he woke back up. Back to the real time.
Ouch.
Snapping back, the young man realizes that he's still sitting on the medical table in the med zone. On his back, the little boy who just asked him to change wound dressings for him pulls a handful of gray hair off his head.
Hey, my mom told me you need to pull off your gray hair before they grow out of control.
The little boy hands over the handful of hair.
Thanks?
I'll be more than happy to.
Wait, no, the other hair might look gray, but I can tell you that they just forgot what color they used to be and are not actually gray. Please, spare them.
Huh?
Anyone could tell this is a joke, but he sounds so serious that the boy decides to let go.
Just leave them be, thank you.
Just sure.
Seeing the younger boy sitting back down, the young man lets out a sigh of relief, and as he rubs his head, which is still hurting from getting his hair pulled off.
I asked him to come over here to wake you up because you were so out of it during the checkup. Are you okay?
She waves at the man with a smile on her face.
I'm okay.
He turns around to the group of refugees that was just talking about blessing boxes.
Were they part of the ACA?
They were until Aslam joined a highly dangerous rescue mission and got wiped out entirely.
Hold on, let's see. Yeah, so, there was one episode in Surviving Elusive, chapter 17, where Aslam crashes and it's kind of over. So this is probably where we caught up to it now.
You can see survivors from the train at all the reservation areas, bases, and med zones.
By the way, did you finish looking into my mind?
Yes, in a nutshell, someone has tampered with your mind.
Someone?
Yes, and that's what caused your mind to deviate before. It's a miracle that your memory data is totally intact after the tempering.
Oh, Vonnegut again. As the young man listens to the technician, that face, that very face he cannot recall, pops up in his mind. Could it be him?
And I did some simple treatment on you. It wasn't anything amazing, but should help you with getting your memory back nonetheless.
Thank you. I think I recalled a few things just now.
Boy, that worked wonders. Seems like your mind is stable. I say you could use more treatment, though. And I would have done some more on you. Adam the machines had the hiccups in this morning. Weren't you about to go look for someone?
Right. Be on my way now.
Oh, I forgot this girl already. I forgot her voice. She hasn't said anything yet so far.
But please don't leave. Please don't leave.
With an imploring look in the eye, the purple-haired girl he's never seen before grabs a corner of his cloak. With another step forward, he might just knock the girl over. She's such an intricate design, though.
Please don't leave.
You assume that she's like a playable character.
Huh?
Please don't leave me alone.
But you've got all these people around you here.
Not really understanding what's going through the girl's mind and unsure how else to react, the young man looks around and sees people sitting everywhere.
No, that won't do because they're gonna...
Looking into the young man's eyes, the girl has droplets of tears falling from her eyes. As the girl's sob turns into a full-blown cry, she lets go of the man, and that's when he sees all the scars on her arms. She buries her head into the arms, her body trembling uncontrollably all the while. The young man just can't pretend he isn't seeing this. So she has scars on her arms. I guess, I don't know, she's like a construct too though, so, she has these things on her chest, and I guess on her arm. But what makes her so afraid of these people? Is it because of something that happened to her? Or is it because she just lost her friends and doesn't want to stay around people she doesn't know?
How am I any different from any of these people? But what am I gonna say to Talbot even if I catch up to him now? He's going through the exact same thing.
The man sighs quietly.
I see. I'll stay then.
Really? Thank you so much.
What's your name?
Lithos.
Wait a second. Let me look. Is there a future construct coming called Lithos? I don't actually know. No spoilers, but I'm just looking up. So for me, I really try to stay away from all CN spoilers, but I do look up characters here and there. No, there's it's not one of the upcoming characters. There's an Alyssa, which we've never met yet. I thought it would be her, but looks like not. It's kind of like Zero, you know, Zero, who came up in her last bout and a New Divide. She has a really cool design. I thought she would be a boss or something, but she hasn't so far. It's kind of a little disappointing, but I guess they're spending a little bit more money on art now then, even though, you know, they may not be, you know, playable characters or bosses.
Lithos. My name is Lithos.
Sobbing no more, Lithos says her name quietly.
What about you?
I don't remember my name.
I see.
Without another word, Lithos looks down, awash in misery while seeing the young man fade away into the crowd. The unique hustle and bustle of Medical Center 09 just never dies. A construct trying to maintain its broken leg is sitting right next to a human glued to his terminal in silence. I do feel like so far, you know, if I'm being honest about the story, it's very PGR themed, but the writing feels very different all of a sudden. I feel like they are really going into plot points and very little character development. Because essentially we've been introduced to no characters. We've been introduced to Lithos, Lillian, Talbot, who ran off, and they haven't really done anything yet. And this guy Nolan, and his, you know, his entire character is having amnesia. So we've literally learned nothing. I guess the ones with the most characters so far is Rachel, as well as Julie, his Nolan's mother. But you know, they haven't really shown up too much. But let's keep going. In the maintenance chamber lies unconscious. Oh, I've seen this one. Oh, I didn't read that one. With two constructs sitting next to the chamber playing poker. Beyond the hall, a group of people is having a conversation about their experiences.
The base there is gone. The constructs guarded the place for 3 days and nights. They all had the medical equipment and brought people out of the place. But the experiment farm and the greenhouse are goners.
Where's Boss Ma'am?
Got infected and died. She was fighting hetero creatures alongside the constructs. Didn't even have time to change to a new protective suit when her old one was damaged. And her little boyfriend is 2 years younger than her. He killed himself after everyone was brought out of the place.
Boy. He didn't have to do that, though.
Pretty sure he would have been just fine on his own. No way he would have. Just how do you think he would have? He would have died no matter where he ended up. And Boss Man's death was just his last straw.
That's exactly what happened when the headquarters we stayed at. We were just going there to recycle the resources and vegetable seeds for hydroponics, but 2 of us were dead and 1 lost an arm on our way. I didn't really sense or feel a thing. All the reports were the fatalities before, until I saw those dead people with my own eyes. Man, the blood and the vital fluid really got at my nose.
What exactly can we even do now? They were all hyped up about constructs and saying how well they fight, but there ain't nothing they can do now. Those monsters just keep coming, and there's no end to killing them.
I guess it just has to be like what they always said. We can only put an end to it when we get someone that can control these monsters.
Word. I would totally try kicking those monsters' asses if I were adaptable. Pretty sure that would be a lot more helpful than staying here. We're fixing all these buildings that are going to be knocked down again in no time. Saving all these people that are going to die soon. And killing all these monsters that are just going to keep popping up. What exactly is the point anyways? We're no robots. Just how exactly can anyone in their right mind keep doing these without breaking down?
Another cough drop.
I got curious and spoke with a construct on guard duty when I saw him crying behind some trees the other day, and he told me he just killed one of his teammates. Why though? Because he defected and came back corrupted.
There's nothing we can do about any of these.
If anything, an ordinary person is exactly the type that would fall on the wrong side of justice, since they've got nothing that would help them land on the right side of it.
Lillian's a mystery too. And she looks so spacey, so I give her like a really neutral voice.
Nah, I still don't think we should count on ascendants. You never want to put all your eggs in the same basket, just in case. This reminds me of this woman called Rachel. She was the cargo cruise leader.
Oh no. Oh no.
She was the cargo cruise leader, and people would go to her when they were sick or needed anything. It got to a point when she simply couldn't take care of all of them, though. Still, we thought she was going to lead us all in a revolution in no time.
Oh no, what happened to her?
Except, it never happened.
Because, you see,
Lithos. I forgot Lithos' voice. She isn't around anymore. Oh no! Is she dead?
you mean she's dead?
Yes,
No, she's dead! Hi, Oscurum, welcome back.
she's dead. Oh, his aunt's dead. Yes, and she didn't die because the revolution failed. Died getting double-crossed.
Dun dun dun! That, where's my sensor? Oh. I gotta find a better way to do this.
Little bastard did it. His old man was one of the aristocrats, and his mom Julie did some tricks with the numbers on the financial reports and pocketed all the resources. Rachel took in that little bastard despite all that. Guess what they say? No good deed goes unpunished, huh?
His old man? He's talking about Nolan right now. His mom did some tricks with the numbers. Wait a second. So oh my god, so no one double crossed him, but he has amnesia right now, so he has no idea what happened. So he betrayed his aunt. Or at least that's what they're telling him.
Huh?
God only knows how much stuff that little bastard pocketed.
Oh, this is the deep guy, huh? God only knows how much stuff that little bastard has pocketed over the years, but I'm pretty damn sure he's learned all his tricks from his mom. And he's even got the nerve to pin it all down on Rachel. I don't even know what his name is. God, I don't know. We don't know what his name is either. We're like 7-8 chapters in.
I wouldn't bother.
He died when they threw him off the train. Oh, that's what happened. They threw him off the train.
I remember hearing Rachel calling him by his name. I think it was Nolan.
So this is the first time in how many hours of story have we done? About 3 hours of story. And this is the first time they revealed his name. Not just Young Man A anymore. Of course, we already knew this because, they were selling gachas and the character was named Nolan. Yeah, we rolled our Nolan gachas like 4 weeks ago, maybe?
No, and
Oh. At the mention of the name, pieces of memory pop up into his mind and force their way into where they're supposed to be in his mind.
Nolan, I hope you get to grow up and survive the apocalypse. I hope you get to become who you want to be. Shh, Nolan, be good. Nolan, stop looking at them. Let's just finish it.
Bam. Oh, what's going on?
this is the kid that fired the shot just now. Boy, he's got guts.
What happened? You killed Rachel.
It's just like what Ashlar said. This kid would do anything just to save his own little ass. We're done here. Let's take him and leave. Nolan, what in God's name have you done?
I don't know who's talking.
He's a traitor. He's the one that should have gotten run over by the train.
The world as he sees it is coming apart.
Seems like you really hated your name, huh?
At the same time, sounds and voices are growing unbearably chaotic. Oh, wait, who's this?
People only throw their names away when they want to forget their past. Are you one of these people?
I don't know who she is. I guess it's question mark, so we're not supposed to know. Someone seems to be shouting.
Mine severely. I see how it is now. Where is he from? This is out of the blue. I forgot my name. Oh, it's no.
I forgot my name because
Lithos.
I'm sorry, but I hate.
I hate. Who? If it doesn't stop,
no one.
Put him to sleep.
ah! I trust you. Who's this kid? Ah! Don't know what's going on. Oh my god, we're only 6 chapters in. This is a very long story. I've been slandering PGR for, you know, for like three patches, like short story, and then now this one's like forever. We're 3 hours in, and technically, I think we're more than 13% in, but not much more. My throat's starting to hurt, but let's keep going. I don't know what's going on. So something's finally going down now. Okay, looks like he pulled the trigger. He killed Rachel. And Rachel's rebellion failed. Incomplete confession. Incomplete confession. If you still think what I did was wrong many, many years from now, then remember to never do what I did, okay? Wait, if you think what I did was wrong many, many years from now, then remember to never do what I did. Okay, let's just go. Snow was coming down hard that day, as he remembers it. Disconnected by the fires of war, the train has come to a stop and fallen silent into the snow. He has stains of Rachel's blood on his hand. They're lukewarm at best, yet he's feeling a burning sensation coming from them.
Rachel. Captain!
The sound of people's footsteps coming from below hit him like thunder.
Why?
Like a ghost looming ever closer upon him, the clouds in the skies are growing thicker and darker by the second.
Oh.
He's killed his mentor. No amount of regret can undo what's happened. The only thing he can feel now is the throbs coming from his heart that remind him of what he's done. All that he's held dearly and hated so much, and all that the train once was and would have been, will no longer be.
Why did I do that?
Oh, his mom. With the world growing dark, shards of memory rain down like broken glasses.
Why, Captain?
When did all this happen? Ah!
Tell me, please.
I'm getting jump scared by all these scenes. Why? He was 12 then, and autumn just come. Okay, so he grew another year. He started at 9 and then 11, now he's 12. Her icy cold face is a sharp contrast against the hot air around her. No one's mother is sitting in her workspace and staring at the people around her through her inscrutable mask. We got an order to look into the issue with the financial reports and resources. Uh-oh. Who are you people? I'm one of Sir Aston's personal guards, and this is my ID. The man whose face can't be made out calls up a document from his terminal. We'll have to do this forcibly if you refuse to cooperate. No one's mother falls silent, looking at the document, but moments later, she stands up from the old wooden chair. Fine, I'll go with you.
Mom!
Stay here, I'll be right back. Little does he know that this is an empty promise. Ooh, it's going down. When the boy still hasn't seen his mother back home the next day, he starts going around asking people where she went. Your mom, she got busted doing her little tricks with the financial reports or pocketing resources. Ha 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 ha.
What's so funny about that?
Get this, because she had it coming. Dude, stop. Kid knows nothing. Well, he brought it up himself. I always found her fishy. It's not like I have evidence or anything, but given the nature of the position, I'm sure as hell she was up to something. Oh, and lest we forget, she's his wife, right? She's his wife, right? No one.
Ed, where is she?
Boy, ain't nothing I can say now. People are all saying they've found evidence against her. They just don't know who she's been working for. I put my money on Ashlar. Julie's one of them to begin with. She even married one of them aristocrats. Sucks that her husband died before they even got to enjoy themselves, though. With the lower level being the way it is now, it only makes sense that she'd do anything to join their ranks again.
Ed,
Do you know where she is? Can I go see her?
With Ed's instructions, Nolan wanders around before he finally arrives at the middle section of Aslan. People call this section the cargo car, before it's got piles of items sitting around. That's when Nolan sees his mother sitting in a small storage space that's faintly lit, surrounded by some guards. She looks worn out.
Mom?
Julie raises her head slowly when she hears Nolan calling her name.
What happened? Is everything they said about what you've done true?
Do you trust me?
I do, of course.
Sorry, one second. Let me get some water. She lets out a faint smile from behind her mask.
That's all I'm asking.
What does that mean? Mom? Why do you never tell me anything?
Frustrated and unable to stand the wall of silence that stands in between them, Nolan fires his question at the inscrutable mask.
Those people were all laughing when they found out you've been arrested, Mom. And that's how they've always been. They say all sorts of mean things about you whenever they saw me. You know what they said?
When he opens his mouth, however, none of what he's heard comes out of it. He only manages to squeeze out toned-down versions of what they said.
He always said that we should trust you and try to help out one another, Mom. But look at them. What exactly have you done? Why are they being like this to you?
Don't cry, Nolan.
But I'm not.
Right, you need to hold your tears. Tears are useless. Tears help no one. Why are you here?
Is everything they said about you true?
Yeah,
Do you really do those things?
yeah, yes.
Why?
It's all for a better tomorrow.
I don't understand.
It's fine because you will in time. It's true that I've crossed the line, but if what I did brings about a better tomorrow for the people, I'd gladly do it again and pay the price. My only concern would be you. Nolan, do you still trust me?
I want to.
Great, that's enough because I care about you more than I do anyone else.
Do you really care about me?
Of course.
Why did you do all that then? Why do you never eat around me? And why do you never take off your mask?
Oh no, something horrible is gonna happen.
You always criticize my hobbies when you don't even understand the books I read.
Oh no, PGR depression, I can feel it already.
You always criticize my hobbies when you don't even understand the books I read. When they called you a monster or a witch, I had no idea how to hit them with a comeback because I don't even know what you look like. Mom, do you really care about me? Or am I just a burden to you?
Have you always felt that way?
Yes,
Why did you never tell me?
I did, but you never listened. When are you coming back, Mom?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
This is the first time no one hears his mother apologize, and for a second, he thought he heard it wrong.
Why are you apologizing?
He knows only too well that his mother isn't gonna give in.
Just because, Nolan.
She says his name in a trembling tone.
Just because, Nolan. It's just something I wanted to tell you, or it's too late.
With no one's eyes on her, Julie slowly removes her mask. Oh no, here it comes. Her face is full of scars, and her eyes appear soulless. Telltale signs of what years of hard work and struggle have done to her. All the more bizarre are her hands, which are blue-purple, a sharp contrast against her overly white nails.
Huh?
Do you still recognize me?
Mom?
This is his answer to her question, because he does recognize his mother. There's no way he wouldn't recognize this face that's so indefinitely similar to his.
Are you scared?
No, I'm not. I just want to know what happened.
Look closely. Oh, it's just like there's like tons of scars, and her eyes are like it's like blind in one eye. And
I don't have time to tell you that, but I just hope that you live on knowing the facts knowing what I truly think of you. These scars and the situation I'm caught up in are what I got from mistakes I made. And the way I've always been treating you is...
I missed the line.
And treating you is one of them. I always treat people nicely my own way, thinking that they'll eventually come to see things my way. Which is why I put on this mask and left you at home by yourself. Because I didn't want those people out there to hurt you. I guess what I did only ended up in hurting you. Every time I rip your paintings apart, or see them, you get into fights with them. I just can't stop picturing what life would have been like for you if you were born into a family that fared better. I'm sure you'd have been able to grow up a normal kid, not having to worry about your next meal. And you'd have been able to draw anything you liked. It always kills me to think I was the one bringing you to this hellhole.
That famous mom hairstyle.
This is how, but I've never for a second regretted keeping you right by my side. Knowing you're a strong and wonderful kid. Which is why I think you probably understand why I got in your way of pursuing your hobby. You'd have ended up being all delusional and lost in this world if I didn't.
Mom!
I mean, I guess I could have been nicer about it, but it was never easy trying to convince you. But like mother, like son, I suppose.
Her eyes are brimming with regret, as though trying to say that standing by what you believe in is a personal shortcoming she was never able to overcome.
I know exactly what those people have been saying about it, but I always tell myself to just look the other way. And I thought you'd be able to do the same.
But how could I?
Well, I guess that's just something you'll have to learn how to do from now on. Oh. I know they've been calling you a monster, Noah. But a monster doesn't have to be horrifying or doomed. You might not be able to get rid of that label, but still. I hope you grow up to be just like Shrek and live happily ever after.
Ah! So in case you guys don't know, no one is the Shrek that we've met from chapter 13, who kind of left all these cryptic messages. We never met him in person. But you know, PGR is playing the long game and tying it back in. Shrek also showed up in chapter 17, but I kind of forgot what happened. I could have sworn he died. And I could have sworn he wasn't a construct. So I'm not really sure. My memory's not that great though. I don't really remember. It's almost been not a full year, but I think like 9 months already.
Have you read those books?
I was crazy about them as a kid. Guess I should have told you sooner, yeah.
Better late than never.
Except it's too late now.
Why do you say that?
Why? I guess it's because it finally hit me that there's only so much I can do, and I'm just gonna keep blundering the harder I try to right the wrongs I caused. And there's just too many things that we can't fix anymore, given how far we've already come.
Mom, please.
I've stored all the resources in a box that I left under the bed at home, and I've taped the key to the inner layer of one of the drawers in my office desk. They won't last you for long though, so you need to use them wisely until Rachel comes back.
What about you?
I'm gonna have to stay here.
Because of what you did?
Yeah, this is PGR. It's very sad, but I thought it would be even more. I thought she was gonna actually not be his mom. That she was already dead, and this was a construct, imitating the mom. This happened before in PGR, so PGR is the world, a post-apocalyptic world with a techno-zombie virus around, and the constructs are human consciousness planted into machines. They also have fully artificial intelligent machines. I thought it was gonna be there, but this is just pure sadness from the mom.
Do you think what I did was wrong?
The boy nods his head heavily.
Right.
Let's apologize to people, Mom. We can start over after that.
I've lost my chance to. I wasn't able to become the person I wanted to be. The only thing I've ever done is compromise with my pathetic self so I could look away from all the things I couldn't accomplish. I thought that would help, but I guess it was all just wishful thinking. See, a single blunder is all that it has to take for someone to hit the rock bottom of hell. Que sera, sera. This is just A fat lie the survivors want you to believe.
Seeing the guards coming this way from the distance, she lets out a sigh as she picks up her pace of speaking.
Luck, power, courage, knowledge, and wise decisions. These are all the things you need to become a survivor, and that's why it's hard to be one. Now, Noah, I hope you get to grow up and survive the apocalypse. I hope you get to become who you want to be. And if you still think what I did was wrong, many, many years from now, then remember to never do what I did, okay?
Time's up. You need to go.
Julie puts her mask back on her face and waves at no one.
Do you still remember the lullaby? Now the sun is out. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, Noah. Goodbye.
Ah!
Dragged away by the guard, the boy finally realizes that this is a moment of farewell. There are so many things that he hasn't cleared up with his mother, and there are so many things that he wanted to ask, except he's lost his chance forever. In the last 12 short years of no one's life, they've never once had a heart-to-heart conversation. All the dodging, hiding, and blaming over the years dug a trench so deep in between them that he never once had a chance to see his mother's true colors. Her past, her aspirations, her worries, her longings. Not once was he given a chance to learn about any of these, and it's only now that he finally learns of his mother's love for him for the first time.
Why are you only telling me? Why are you only telling me all these now? You never even gave us a chance to fix our relationship. No, Mom, I'm not leaving. There are a million things you haven't told me yet.
Noah.
Just go already. It's against the rule to even let you here in the first place, for God's sake.
No!
He tries to break free. Just a few more seconds will do, he thinks. Except all the struggling gets him nothing but violence in return.
Stay put, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Noah.
The guards throw Noah back to the commoner carriage, unconscious, and lock him up. The night after, a cargo crew member shows up to announce Julie's death.
Oh!
The doctor ruled food poisoning to be the cause of her death, maintaining that she consumed expired rotten food, which is a common cause of death among people living on the lower level. Was that even possible? He stands helplessly among everyone, awash in remorse and guilt. People, however, offer him no constructive answers to his questions. Instead, they shower him, this boy who's been a loner that puts up a tough front, with cold, piercing looks. Before despair tears his soul into pieces, the boy once again finds his hope in his book storage. With the information the terminal turns up, he slowly teases apart every last detail from that fateful day. Umpteen hours later, he finally comes across an entry that reads, "Nitrite poisoning, and a symptom of it is cyanosis," reminding the boy of his mother's purplish fingers before she died.
Is this what killed her?
The boy can't be sure. Not long after Julie's death, those men that introduced themselves as Aston's personal guards share their findings into the case, which unsurprisingly are exactly as people have guessed. They maintain that Julie is working together with some aristocrats and cargo crew members, and that together they pocketed a sizable amount of resources. And that's as far as they went looking into the case, because Julie died during her trial, which made it impossible for them to find out where the pocketed resources are. Furthermore, did they pin it on her and steal? I don't know. Maybe we'll never know. Furthermore, the cargo crew members that had worked with her all went poof, erasing every last hint that might help. More corruption from the upper decks. All these people pay steep prices, save for the aristocrats that worked with her. The mastermind's name has become an open secret, which, however, doesn't seem to change a thing on the train. And then, a month goes by. The boy did try to be as economical as he could with what little food he had, but still found himself reaching the end of it just 15 days after his mother left. Having no other choice, he decides to leave his wooden bed of a home to seek help. He comes across quite a few people who, in addition to hating his mother's guts for having worked with those from the upper level, also despise him for the mere fact that he's her son. Fortunately, however, he also comes across people who are willing to stand with him, having been helped in their hour of need by his mother.
She might have been in the wrong, but I still have her to thank, or else I wouldn't have been here today.
Here, take this. It's not a whole lot, but that's about as much as I have. Try to get through the day first, son.
No, Mom, no, my mom wanted to give this to you for keeping me safe the other day.
Of all the food he scrapped together, no one manages to keep his head above water until Rachel comes back to the train from an emergency mission. The Rachel he just killed, we don't know why. Not a day has gone by that he forgot the look on Rachel's face that day. Not a day has gone by that he hasn't forgot the look on Rachel's face that day. Rachel is always collected, but at this very moment, she's biting her teeth together and clenching her fists so hard that she doesn't even let go when her nails dig into her hands. No one was going to ask her what brought his mother to the bitter end she'd meet, but nothing comes out of his mouth. Because he's certain that the pain she's feeling is anything but feigned.
Rachel.
I'm sorry. I have totally done everything I could to keep Julie safe. If I hadn't had to go on the emergency mission, But it's all too late now.
She looks down at her fist, with all the horrendous nail marks.
You'll be my apprentice starting today. I'll train you and teach you to protect yourself. You have to live on knowing. You'll free everyone from this oppression. You'll lay the dead to rest yourself, and let them know their sacrifices are not for naught.
Rachel holds Nolan's shoulders with so much force that he feels he's on the verge of being crushed.
You need to live on knowing, even if days like this go on for another 4, 5 decades.
Nolan nods, earnestly to her words, having not fully realized the weight they hold.
Yes, I'll stick by your side and free everyone from this oppression, Rachel, and I'll be there to see their souls rest in peace at the end of it all.
But, oh no. Flashbang, my eyes. Look away. Things don't turn out quite as they expect. Oh, no. There's just one. Why did they do that to me? Okay.
We'll be moving up to the roof and train there starting today. We don't have time to wait for your body to catch up anymore. You'll have to learn how to cope with fights using techniques.
Roger that.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's training. Training montage. Da-da-da. Okay. He hasn't slacked for a single moment. Still, his mother's words have dawned on him.
Faster, Nolan. Faster. Try again.
That he is as normal a human being as can be. He has to do it the same way hundreds of thousands of people do it, through blood and sweat, with no shortcut in between.
Are you trying to drag us all down, Nolan? Julie's dead, and you're gonna starve and die if you stop now.
I know.
Pick up your pace and be the best version of yourself.
Alrighty.
I'll be away on a mission with the cargo crew for a month. You have exactly a month to meet the goal I've set for you.
Yes, Captain.
Sure you can do it?
Of course.
Is he gonna grow up now, maybe? When the thunders of wind come together to tear down what little was left of his fantasy, the boy breaks down in despair, no longer able to curb the heart. Something. He hates his hands' guts for being as weak as they are, but he has no idea how to make them stronger. Oh no! Is he gonna become a construct now? Is that why? But he's still human right now, as far as we know.
I don't want to drag people down.
So everyone has a extremely sad story of why they became a construct. Oh, the Lucia and Luna one. Just thinking about it, so sad. But yeah, everyone has a pretty sad story of why they became a construct. Kind of like join the military usually. Before he knows it, the boy has exhausted himself from crying. Hold on. Oh crap. Okay, sorry. Oh, 1 second. Oh, sorry. I almost missed it. I have pre-rolls in -1 minute. So let me take a quick break here and then we'll continue with the story. Thank you, everyone. I'll be right back. It's finally getting good now. I like it. But I'll be right back. Thank you. I'm back. Thank you everyone for waiting. That's all. Let's continue. So, I definitely miscalculated the length of the PGR story. You know, the last essentially 4 months, we kind of finished the story in exactly 2 streams for the last 3 patches. The last 4 patches actually, including the floating record from Hula patch. But this one is taking a long time. So, you know, the patch, Bianca patch is coming in a week, so I might have to try to push story more often, like almost every other day, maybe even tomorrow. Seeing if my throat feels okay tomorrow. But But yes, this is really taking a long time, a lot longer than the previous patches. But let's get back to it. Before he knows it, the boy has exhausted himself from crying. Closes his eyes, trying to preserve what little energy he still has. I'm sorry, but I've lost my chance. I wasn't able to become the person I wanted to be. The only thing I've ever done is compromise with my pathetic self.
Mom.
Julie once told him this is what it's like growing up, and that it's every normal person's job to learn to compromise. Which is how is he supposed to when his heart burns so furiously with sadness and regret? The boy doesn't aspire to be better, but he knows that he would give it all to take another step forward, to alleviate himself of his pain somehow.
Just you all wait and see. I'm not giving up.
Okay. Oh man, I should have finished that. I didn't realize it was coming so soon. Okay, we've only done 4 scenes today. Essentially, that took us 2 hours, so if I had to extrapolate this, 18 divided by 2. That's another 9 hours. That's like another 3 streams. I don't know if I believe that it'll be that long. But old PGR stories used to be that long. Surviving Lusum's story took us like 17 hours. It was like a AAA RPG. But we'll see. I only plan to do this over 2 streams, but we may have to be doing 4 or 5 within the next week. Hi, Winston. Well, okay, Winston. Spoilers are involved. We're doing No.1's story right now. So maybe you have to leave if you don't want to get spoiled. But thank you for stopping by. Yeah, if you mind, we're continuing, so it's surprising. Yeah, it has been. But what's that called? This one is really it's a very long story compared to the last patch. Compared to the last 4 patches, actually. Nothing has been this long since Surviving Lusum, basically. Everything after has been so short. But okay, there's spoilers involved, so just a warning. Unless you don't mind now. I don't know, have you caught up in story yet? It is pretty good. It's getting really good. So the start was just a lot of PGR depression overall. But it's been no spoilers. So I'm just doing this just for you because I know you. Have you caught up in story? No. Okay, yeah. So I know you haven't. So, but I'm gonna continue. So thank you for stopping by. Busy with school, yeah. Yeah, it's well, I don't know how far behind you are, but surviving Lusum is long. It took me 17 hours to do. But everything after that, Recitativo, Her Last Bow, A New Divide, and Arc Beyond, those are all only like 4 hours each. So literally the last 4 patches are like combined as less story than the single Surviving Lusum patch story. But if you're further behind that may take a long time too. Alright, we're gonna continue. Choice of the Death Fire. If life is a fire that will eventually lead to death, the boy will definitely choose to burn out than freeze out. One day, yeah. Haha, look who's back. Coming back to the car, the boy can hear the rain drumming away hard and fast up on the roof. Has he grown up yet? With people's words cutting at his soul, into the crowd he drifts, exuding a gloomy air soaked with rainwater. Oh no, he's still a kid. I don't understand why Rachel's putting him through all this. She could have just asked him to work in his mother's place to make up for whatever she's pocketed. Alright, thank you, Winston.
Why would Rachel do that after everything this kid's mother has done, though? I bet she's only helping him because she was friends with the kid's mom.
My voice dying.
Oh, just stay away from him if you want to stay sane. Kid's a lost cause now. And he's got his mom to thank for always leaving him at home alone. Just leave him to Rachel, I say.
The boy keeps his head down as he hurries through the crowd. Right. It all happened on that fateful night. No one sees something shivering miserably in a corner on the lower level. He looks about no one's age, and he has old scars over both his legs and new wounds on his body, curling into a ball with books in his arms,
He seems like a candlelight on the verge of dying out. The guards throwing kicks and punches at the young boy, however, don't seem to care one bit. The scene is surrounded by people who can do no better to help them than frown at what they're seeing. It won't be long before he ends up fatally injured or dead. It's never smart to get tough with the guards, especially now with all those who have made their way up to the upper level and joined the guards' ranks through the back door using blessing boxes. This disorder has brought about frustration and anger, paving the way for all the armed conflicts happening on a daily basis now. The boy was about to ignore the scene and walk away when he sees those hands shivering and having grown pale from the cold.
Aslam is the frozen abyss, and we're all just dying. The fire's trapped in it. And there's nothing we can do here except getting killed slowly by the cold. But just how are all these fires supposed to melt the ice in this frozen abyss when the cold kills us all? That's right. Death is our only way out.
Mom,
ECA has always been a place where hierarchy and power speak louder than words. With the law no longer effective, people no longer have to worry about having to pay for violence and misdeeds. One certainly wouldn't describe Julie as being just or gentle, yet few saw days like this coming when they rejoiced over her death.
the cold is gonna kill us all.
The boy stops in his tracks as he mumbles these words. He knows exactly what's going to happen if he does what he's about to do next. But before he knows it, he's already walking back the same way he's come, with a weapon in his hand. Oof! This is not a combat stage, though.
Stop! Stop now, I say.
Is he a little older?
Oh, whoa, what have we here? What you gonna do about it, huh?
No, don't you see he's handicapped?
As if I care.
The guard shoots a dirty look at the crutch on the side.
You think this is how you get to talk to upper level guards just because you're Rachel's? Got all your cargo crews back, huh?
Making his identity known again, the guard runs his eye over the crowd. He doesn't seem ready to punish two kids at once with so many eyes on him.
Captain Rachel has nothing to do with this, and she isn't even here now.
Huh, and I suppose that means no one is gonna come to your rescue, yeah.
The guard was about to grab him by the collar when the weapon in no one's hand spits fires out of it, sending a bullet that hits the guard's protective mask, leaving a deep cut on it. Ooh.
Apologies. See, I'm not good with guns. I didn't really mean to hit you.
You little
Hold on. What am I? Well, let me just. I don't know if it went off.
Want me to give it another go, huh?
No one shouts out in a suppressed voice.
That was me holding back just now, for your information. But if you want to see how I roll when I don't hold back.
He's just suddenly become a badass over the scene.
Are you out of your mind? You just freaking fired on an upper level guard.
The guard shouts his final warning at the kid, one who's looking disdainfully back at him.
So, you find it normal to hurt a handicapped person while I'm out of my mind trying to stop you from doing that? Well, screw that.
All his pent-up frustration turns into razor-sharp daggers, with no physical shape, that shoot straight into those arrogant eyes.
So, are you ready for more?
I'm like aging up his voice. No one knows full well that this isn't gonna end well. Still, he's glad to have stood up.
Bastard.
The guard spit out these words as he lifts his weapon to slash down at the soul he can't care any less about.
Stop.
Someone stops his weapon in his tracks. Turning back, the guard sees a brawny cargo crew member with a dozen or so people in tow.
Huh, sticking your head into people's business again, huh? Haven't y'all seen those that die these days?
Cargo Captain Shauna.
Come on, you don't want to go around killing off all them little puppies.
Gotta keep them little puppies alive so you can get to eat them when they're big, no?
Huh, for a moment I thought you didn't know who rules this place.
What are you doing?
Easy, buddy. I know our situations aren't exactly identical, but you and I both work the same master, right?
Cargo Captain Shauna. We haven't met her yet.
And to our master, the only difference between you and I is that they pay you a little more than they pay us. But to them, we're all replaceable. Now.
Shauna takes a step backwards.
I see you're all alone now, but I saw you having a fight with some of your buddies back there on the other car. Did they just ditch you?
It's only with all the eyes upon him now, the guard finally realizes he's all alone. Ooh. An upper-level guard is capable of putting rebels through excruciating suffering. Yet it's only something that can happen when he can make it out of this place in one piece. Given the way things look now, however, it's likely that that's never going to happen. It's exactly as what Shauna has said. The only thing that matters to their master is whether they can carry out their tasks. The souls lost, the lives sacrificed, and all the futures nipped in the bud mean absolutely nothing to them. Their master might punish these people for what happened today in whichever way they find most pleasing. Yet the guard himself is the one that's going to take the sizzling heat that's about to come his way in the next few moments. Well, he has a crack on his mask. That's a nice touch. Because, we just said that first.
Oh, gang it up on me, huh? Do y'all know who this kid's dad is? He was part of the Ashlars.
The guard looks on with a smirk.
That's right. His dad was going to be a guard like me, but he decided to stay here so he could do more business. Caught my drift yet? This kid's a double-crosser, and y'all are trying to help him.
Gee, see, that didn't cross our mind at all. Apologies, sir. We'll throw this kid off the train right away.
Right, you better.
The guard leaves as he curses. Nino walks up to the boy when the guard is gone and slaps him in the face. Pow!
Huh, are you out of your mind? Didn't you see how everyone was trying to keep a distance from the scene? Are you trying to drag us all down here or what? These guards are freaking mad these days. You've seen what happened when people stood in their way, right? They only killed one person so far this month. You and that kid would have been dead if we'd shown up 1 second too late.
I've seen what happened, which is exactly why I want to put an end to it.
His glasses are falling off his face now.
So, what if you can bring this one guy to his knees? Think you can knock him down? Think you can knock down all those guys that are gonna come after you? Julie and Rachel didn't raise you for you to die like this.
Come on, Nino. We all know we're about to jump right in. We all know you were about to jump right in if no one had done it before you.
Oh, shush.
There's nothing embarrassing about it, though. See, I'm pretty fed up myself, but they always make sure you suffer if you try not to get in their way. This isn't cool at all.
Oh, kid, you're lucky you didn't get your butt kicked this time. Think you're gonna get this lucky again? That's right. Keep that in mind, because you can go from hero to zero in one fell swoop.
See how scared he is, Noah? Wait, see how scared he is, Noah? He might not seem like it, but he just doesn't want anything bad to happen to you, kid.
Sorry, Nino.
For God's sake, I told you to keep it zipped, Shauna. You should be addressing me as sir or captain, kid.
With a frown, Nino walks off.
But that was a true eye-opener just now, kid. I didn't believe it when Rachel told us that you took on those guards up there when you were 9.
She pats the boy on the shoulder and laughs.
I see you're finding it a bit difficult to keep yourself in check without mommy around, huh? Don't sweat it, though. Worst that's gonna happen to you is getting a peace of mind from Rachel when she's back, and I'm sure you're ready for that. Man, just ignore Nino. Dude's just a little shy, huh? Oh, dude's just a little shy. Anyhow, I gotta go now.
When the crowd has dispersed, no one sees a trembling elder lady walking out of a dark corner, and it's none other than Hill.
Noah, that was crazy. Are you okay, though?
She puts her hand adoringly around Nolan's face and checks it over and over.
I'm fine, Hill. I'm sorry, my children. Your Aunt Hill was too scared to do anything back there.
She lowers down to help the handicapped boy stand up. So she's the aunt of this new kid that we've seen in his flashbacks. I don't think it's anyone we've met.
Boy, just look at what they did to his shoulders.
Oh man. I hate What was that time in Surviving Lusum where there were 2 little boys? I don't know. It's really hard to do. I'm so tired too. It's fun though. I hope someone out there appreciates it.
It's fine. It doesn't hurt.
Maybe.
It's fine. It doesn't hurt.
Turns around and puts a pained smile at Noan.
Thank you so much.
Don't mention it. I'm Noah. What's your name?
It's Field. Again, thank you so much, Noah.
So Field is not any of the upcoming constructs. It's a completely new character.
No worries. So, can you still walk?
I can. It's just not too well. I got cut by a gardener robot a while ago. Doctor stitched it up for me, but I still ended up with my leg like this because this is the best they could do.
Oh,
Hill shivers listening to Field's story.
where are your parents, dear?
My dad's out with the cargo crew, and my mom, she got killed by the gardener robot that hurt me.
Oh,
Oh,
Don't worry though, my dad will take care of everything when he's back.
are you new here?
Yes.
Then just listen to me and don't ever mess with those people again. They screwed us all over and we're all fed up with them. They know that you're connected to the people that just helped you, but you never know when they'll try to get back at you.
Right. Thank you.
Huh. Where's your spot? Let me take you there.
Sorry, but my dad hasn't found us a bed yet, and I usually just sit right here.
My, I would have asked you to come over if I had any extra space. We can share a stool together though, if you don't mind. It's fine, Hill. I'll show him around. Alright, come back to me if you don't find a suitable spot though.
she nods and goes back to her little corner.
So where are we going?
A secret base.
Secret base?
Yeah, shall we?
Nolan holds his hand out to Field. Finally, someone his age. He's got like a friend now. Rachel.
They've already filled me in on the details.
Rachel is back from her mission with a frown on her face.
Let me guess. You aren't going to apologize, are you?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Captain, for everything I've done. But I'm only apologizing because of you, and it's got nothing to do with that guard.
Hearing Nolan's whirl, Rachel lets out a long sigh.
Boy, seriously remind me of Julie.
My mom? She do the same?
Oh, she would, son. You would. And this only accounts for 20%.
Rachel nods her head.
I mean, things like this only account for 20% of why she always rubbed people the wrong way.
But she always said,
Let me guess, it's either you just need to compromise or to know how powerless you are, yeah?
exactly.
He's right. And I want you to promise me right now that you're never getting yourself into petty trouble like this ever again, okay?
But it was no petty trouble. Bill was in no condition to get beaten up like that, and he really could have died if I hadn't butted in.
Did you even think about the consequences? Do you really think those guards are just gonna swallow that? No, they aren't. They're just gonna make sure everyone suffers.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna punish you or hold you responsible this time, though, because this guy is a fake.
The guy's a what?
He trains a big messy pot with all the people we have on board, and people just don't have the time to get to know one another. This holds true for the guards, too, and it isn't the first time they find a fake among themselves. You can't really see their faces once they have the protective suit on, which is why some wannabes try to get their hands on the suit. They just want the perks that come with it.
That's unheard of.
Don't worry, I'll bring this to the aristocrats' attention and ask them to look into it.
Are you connected to the aristocrats?
Like it or not, the cargo crew has to keep them updated on our missions. It's nothing you need to worry about, though. But get this, this will not happen again. You'll be as good as dead if you play with fire again and run into a real guard next time.
Well, the fake trying to give me a hard time wouldn't have picked on me if he were a real guard, though.
Are you trying to say that you weren't just playing with fire and what you did was a calculated move?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Captain. I wasn't playing with fire. I'm not the same hot-tempered kid that I was before.
Wait, what? So you're saying that you thought it all through and that you're gonna butt in again if you come across scenes like that?
Rachel lets out another sigh. Oh, this kid.
No, let's just get real. Know who you are and learn to compromise. It's all meant to keep yourself safe, as Julie said.
But people are just gonna die, like my mom, if I compromise, no? Even if she really did a lot of terrible things, they should have punished her with the law that the royal guards talk about. But no, they just poisoned and killed her, and we don't even know who did that. Who are we to say those sparrows when they can get away with killing people and hurting people like Field?
Rachel looks up to study Noah's still somewhat immature face. And that's when it hits her that what he did was not a temper-driven move, and that he knew exactly what he was doing, as he said.
I'm sorry, but I guess I should have made myself more clear. I do want you to compromise. I never asked you to give up altogether. We're no heroes, which is why we need to find a smarter way to cope with these things. I know you're angry, son, but we need to wait for that right moment to strike.
Okay.
Just give it some more time, Noah. I can assure you that I don't hate those bastards any less than you do.
Huh.
Hey, how did it go? Is she still gonna punish you?
No, the guard was a fake.
Oh, what?
He looks at Noah in disbelief.
Doesn't that happen in the world out there too?
Well, this never happened in the reservation area I was at least.
I heard they only take qualified skilled workers, and then the screening is super hard too.
Oh, yes, those are true. I mean, because the reservation area only has so much space.
Theo looks up at the dim light above with those green eyes of his.
3 years ago, someone hurt his fellow applicants because he wanted to pass the screening very badly. When some of the constructs guarding our reservation area caught him, he had sores all over his body from punishing. It was so bad that he probably wouldn't last longer than a few days. Except, none of us wanted to take him in because of what he'd done. One of the constructs gave him a serum because he couldn't stand seeing him on the verge of dying. But then, he gave the serum back to us the day after and died.
Why though?
Because a single serum wouldn't change his fate, or so my dad said.
Is that what the world out there is like?
Yes, the screening is challenging enough that it helps uphold the order within the walls. But it's also the very thing that makes it impossible for us to save those in need. Which is why I had my hopes up before I got here. My dad told me that the ACA screening isn't as difficult, which makes it a moving utopia that's immune to the punishing virus, and brings supplies and smiles to people in need all over the world.
Did you just say your dad called this place a utopia?
I mean, compared to the hell out there, yes.
Yes, but little did he know it. What happened to this place though, or has it always been like this?
Well, this place is no different from the world out there. People just want to live, and they do it at the cost of hurting others sometimes.
Oh, so mature.
Is that why they treat us the way they do?
Yes.
People start keeping a distance from Phil and treat him differently when they sense his connection to the aristocrats up there. He isn't the healthiest of people. And aside from being handicapped, he comes down with low fevers on a regular basis. To keep Field safe, no one asks him to stay in the bookstore as much as possible. They don't sit well with people, and they were meant to help each other survive at their secret spot, where the rest of the train wouldn't see them. People, however, begin to have a different take on Noah as a person after his conflict with the guard. It was a day just like any other. A certain woman gallops up toward the boy, sitting in his usual dark.
Hey, what you up to, champ? Care to join us over there for some goodies?
Huh?
Without giving him a chance to respond either way, he drags the boy straight into the dining space in the commoner carriage.
Whoa, Whoa, and here we were just guessing if the kid would turn you down.
You just got dragged here by yours truly, of course. What can I do for y'all?
You're part of the cargo crew, Noah, and our next delivery mission is coming up soon. Makes no sense for you to hang out in that corner on your own.
But I don't...
But you don't what? Oh, I see. You don't dislike hanging out with us, right? Does what happened with your mom still bother you so much that you'd rather hang out with them geezers than us?
No, it doesn't, but I'm sure it still bothers all of you.
Oh, for God's sake, son, we ain't stoned. People might not have been happy with what Julie had done, but you see, people can change. Especially seeing after how you stood up for that boy, and how Rachel stands with you.
But none of you guys ever helped us except for Rachel.
See, I told you this kid's as dense as a brick. Huh. How do you know we ever helped though? You've only been living for so long, and if we forget about Julie's space in your neighborhood for a second, you practically know nothing about this world.
Julie was the one that never let him out. She thought the world out here is much too dangerous and might kill him.
Too late now. He can go back there all he wants, but that won't stop them from coming after him. You're the only one that gets to decide what you want to do, son.
This sounds like a piece of advice you need yourself.
Shush.
Huh?
Nino is right, though. Before his mother died, no one barely knew anything about this world. He was so deeply in love with books and busy pursuing his hobbies. While he did pick up on people's attributes toward them every now and then, he never really understood why they treated them the way they did. Now, with the sale of blessing boxes getting progressively worse, no one knows that he can't solve anything if he keeps shunning people. Besides, he never liked to be left alone at home anyways. He's still trying to get used to these people's kindness, but he sees no reason to turn them away. Hesitating for a few moments, no one nods his head lightly.
Alright, got it. Thanks. I'll try to roll with y'all.
This is the first step the lone wolf takes toward the pack.
Oh wow, that was definitely much easier than I thought. Crazy how we spent so much time trying to figure you out.
What? What do you mean by that?
Hey, we talk about you every now and then when we eat.
Who's we?
There's Nino, Waylon, well, pretty much all the big names from the cargo crew.
Why would you want to talk about me, though?
See, you joined us before you turned 13, and you always hang out with Rachel, and if you add in what happened to Julie, it's only normal that people talk about you, right? Hey, come on. They didn't badmouth you or anything. It's just that we really can use a few more hands these days, and we didn't think it's right for us to keep seeing you in such a negative light when Cap never goes awry with the people she picks. We thought Captain's only keeping you around because she was good friends with Julie, but what happened the other day was proof enough that you're clearly different from your mother, and we just thought it's high time we got over it.
Proof enough, huh?
Oh, this guy just wouldn't stop talking about Julie, so we decided to ask Shauna to drag you out of your little corner to join us.
Hey, you talked about her a whole lot too.
Oh, alright, I was saying that he'd find it difficult to hang out with people because he was kept locked up at home for so long. Alright, there ain't no kids that love being on their own. If you come across one that seems like it, it's only because they have to put up with the status quo.
Wow, we have ourselves a child expert here. They all burst out laughing at Shauna's remark, except for Noah, who seems lost and doesn't know how to react. I guess he's not expecting this, so.
Hey, what's up? You alright? No, I just don't really know what I need to do.
Not much, really. You just need to help when people ask you to, and let us know when you need help yourself. Ain't nothing to be embarrassed about it, because helping each other is how people gradually come to become friends.
Oh, that's easy.
Of course, there's more than meets the eye, though. See, there are all these unsaid rules that you need to play by, and they can really drive you nuts. But before you get there, just be who you are when you hang out with us.
Shauna gently pets Noah's head.
There. I know this ain't your forte, but rest assured that I'll be there when you need help. We need to stick together the same way we did when you helped Field out, because together we're strong.
Right.
Nodding his head as he gets ushered, the boy sits down in an awkwardly formal pose.
Thank you all.
It's part of the crew. Alright, so we've done 5 chapters today. Essentially, everyone has kind of taken a pretty even half hour. So my throat is kind of hurting pretty badly. But at the same time, I kind of want to do more. But at the same time, this is, we have to kind of do Bianca Patch in a week. I guess I could technically push it into Bianca Patch. Ideally would not be, we want to finish up before Bianca drops, because, we'll be busy with that. Excuse me. But my voice is really tired. I think I should stop here. It's probably better for my health. But this is very long, so we've done exactly 4 hours of story. So, if it was the previous patch, we would have completed the entire thing now. But, someone said that there's 25 chapters to this, and we're only done with 8, so we're like not even a third of the way through yet. So I think in the upcoming days I will be back to this. I don't know tomorrow, so maybe if I feel well enough and I have time, then yeah. but I will excuse me. Yeah, my throat's killing me. Took 4 days to read. Oh my god, I'm dying. Yes, I'm out. I'm totally out of water. I finished my whole bottle of 32 ounces, I think. It's gone. But yes, I think we will be back. We'll be back doing this for a few days. I do kind of want to finish it before Bianca. Yeah, I don't think I can do another chapter today because it'll be over half an hour and I'm dying already. But you know, at this rate, if I had to guess, this is 17 more chapters, so it will take 8.5 hours. So that's going to be at least another 3 streams. So we'll have to be on schedule and basically do it every other day. It's going to be rough, but it's getting good. It's kind of I mean, PGR story is always really great. I think the beginning was a little slow. It was kind of melodramatic all over the place. But I feel like, you know, after the thing with his mom, it got a little better, and then now he's kind of growing up and, you know, taking a stand. So yeah, we'll get back to it. So I'm gonna end the stream a little early because I can't do anymore. I'm dead. Sorry. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, tired. Yes, thank you. I will see you guys soon. So tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. If not, there are some other things I do need to. I kind of wanted to stream. I know there's Honkai Star Rail. The event. What's that event? Some event starts today or starts in a few hours. I think it's 2 events, but I think they're permanent. And then I know there's a double golden calyx. I think that's in a bit. But I think today is some kind of new story event, but it's permanently added. If I had time, I would do it, but I don't know. We're pretty busy with this. And Project Sakai, we also have to finish the gacha planning stream, final part, final stream, final part, because we didn't finish last time. So it's gonna be one of those. Those are pretty easy on my voice, so maybe I'll have to rotate those in between. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. If you're new here and you enjoyed the stream, hit my channel with a follow so you know when I'm going online. I do stream Punishing Grey Raven, a lot of Project Sakai, and Honkai Star Rail as well as some other stuff. Also, if you guys don't mind, you can follow me on Twitter, in my profile. I'm trying to push my Twitter a little bit more. Trying to post there a little bit more often now too. But I will be posting a lot there in November when I go on vacation for my trip to Japan. So, you know, I do hope to tell a lot of stories when I get back. But yeah, follow me on Twitter if you can as well, if you like. But that's it for tonight. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow probably. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.